For centuries, the God of the Bible has been presented as an immutable, transcendent being existing outside of time, but deconstruction suggests a different narrative. When we deconstruct the text, a compelling question emerges: is the God of the Bible a reflection of the evolving cultures that produce the scriptures? In the earliest layers of the Hebrew Bible, the deity, often referred to as Yahweh, bears a striking resemblance to other gods in the Canaanite and Mesopotamian pantheons. In Exodus 15, God is described as a man of war. This mirrors the imagery of the Canaanite god Baal, or the Babylonian Marduk, storm deities who defeat the chaos of the sea to establish order. Psalm 82 depicts God presiding over a divine assembly and judging other gods. This suggests that the early biblical writers did not necessarily believe other gods didn't exist, but rather that their national god was the supreme leader of the council, a concept known as henotheism. It was only during the Babylonian exile that Judaism shifted towards strict monotheism. When the Israelites lost their land and temple, their cultural god had to evolve into a universal sovereign to explain how they could still be protected while in a foreign land. As Israelite culture shifted from a nomadic tribal society to a monarchy, the description of God shifted from a tribal protector to a great king. The covenants God makes with figures like Abraham and David follow the exact structure of Hittite suzerainty treaties, where a powerful king dictates terms to a lesser vassal. This suggests that the character of God was defined using the political language available to the authors. The transition to the New Testament marks another cultural shift. As the Jewish world was influenced by Hellenism and the Roman Empire, the portrayal of God changed again. The introduction of the Logos in the Gospel of John is a direct engagement with Greek philosophy. Here, God is deconstructed from a national deity into a universal philosophical principle of order, a necessary evolution for the message to survive in a Greco-Roman cultural landscape. If God remains the same but the descriptions of God change precisely in tandem with cultural shifts, it suggests that the God of the Bible is, at least in part, a cultural construct used to provide identity and meaning to a specific people group. Deconstructing the God of the Bible does not necessarily negate the possibility of a divine reality. However, it does highlight that the depiction of that reality is inextricably linked to human culture. The God of the Bible appears to be a cultural God, in the sense that the text is a record of how ancient people understood the divine through the lens of their own languages, political structures, and survival needs. Ultimately, the Bible may be seen less as a static portrait of a deity and more as a dynamic dialogue between a changing culture and its evolving understanding of the sacred. What are your thoughts on the God of the Bible? Drop your comments below, and if this resonates with you, subscribe for more insights on the transformation of consciousness.